yeah, player. On my team, go, damn player.
We're back, baby. Let's go.
Oh,
It's time for another Stheticboys podcast, baby. Let's get it started. This one's going to be a very special one. Just for Justice here. My other co-stars to the right are Timothy and...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Timothy.
I'm Justin Martini, motherfucker. The other guy to my right.
Riser Fit. Stop Legends.
Right off, little disclaimer, people. This is intended for a mature audience. For your discretion is advised. And we're going to be getting pretty deep this podcast. You see by the title, we're going to be talking about God, our faith, kind of like everything.
Whole breakdown.
Our thoughts and just our collections we want to share with you guys on a very deep spiritual level.
Listen with an open heart, open mind.
Because
This is going to be a heavy one, so just have an open mind, like Riser said, because this is like going to be a lot of information. We're going to be just telling you guys and opening up to you guys as an audience. So, just have respect. It's going to be, we're going to be opening up to you guys about our beliefs, with God. So
we really hope this helps
wanna,
you guys out a lot.
Exactly.
Honestly, mentally, physically, everything that you do in life going forward. It's just something that's definitely changed our lives for the last year or so. So.
Yeah, we want to
so
go.
Excited to share it with y'all.
We want to fucking start doing even Bible reading kind of stuff, like live on Twitch and shit. Like we want to start kind of
connecting with you
really,
guys more and just upgrading and really learning about the Word of God and just together, because that's really what it's all about. Because that's what really brought us closer too, is just like closer with God and just learning through Him and just Him being appreciative of all the things that He's allowed us to do as a friend group. It's been great. So.
And ever since all three of us have been hanging out too, it's almost like there was just some energy that was kind of pulling us towards God, just kind of every day that we hung out together, we were just always clicking all the time, every day. So yeah, this trio is pretty legendary. It's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, no, hanging with you guys literally has opened up my eyes of seeing God, because I've said this multiple times on podcasts. I've been only following Him for about a year now, just when I started hanging out with these two dudes. So literally hanging out with y'all put me on God, put me on just we'll get into it in a deeper when we talk about it later, but opening up my faith and just totally switching my perspective on life upside down. So
No, yeah, really wakes you up.
we're doing a really good fucking Warrior of Christ, Stheticboys drop.
We're wearing it right now. It's pretty aesthetic. It's honestly my favorite drop yet.
We're wearing all of our favorite drops yet. He's wearing the white shirt. We have a black acid
God
wash.
bless. Yep, that's fire.
So we can talk about Joey's white shirt first, but we have 2 shorts dropping, we have 2 shirts, and then we have a fucked hoodie dropping too. But I think we'll have all of this already linked in our website.
Yep.
Already teasing it, so if you want to check it out, I think the podcast will be live by then.
Yep, 100%. Be ready. The drop will be just in a few days if you're watching this.
August
the day we
2nd.
drop this. August 2nd. Be ready.
Code Alpha.
Code Alpha.
Let's go. Run it up.
Run it up. Best support code you guys can use.
Yep, it is. It's the most alpha code. Think about it.
Think about it.
He said it. I am the Alpha and the Omega. Figure it out, Alpha.
No, but his
Should we show off the shirt? Should I stand up
We
a
should.
little bit, maybe?
This is a
If you want.
badass
This is a team
tough
shirt.
shirt. If you want a tough freaking pump cover to walk in the gym and you're just in that freaking arc where you're just dialed in, this shirt, show them the back. This quote.
God bless.
So this is the
the back
I Fear
is
No
crazy.
Evil shirt. You got I Fear No Evil going down, and then the cross with the Bible quote.
Even though I walk through the darkest valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. There's nothing to fear when God is with you guys, because when you are with Him, you're literally invincible. Think about it.
Yeah, this shirt is awesome. This is probably my favorite one we've ever dropped. And that
I'm-
quote on the back, wearing that in the gym or anywhere you go, it's just,
Yeah,
it's a huge God arc.
Yeah.
have that we have another quote on a pair of shorts and another quote on the hoodie, but literally having these quotes on you and just this reassurance of just 24/7, always in your subconscious mind. It is truly feels like it's giving you superpowers, and it feels like, I know you guys have been there, but when you're in the gym and now that you train with God at all times, you feel like He's always there, spotting you, making you stronger,
Yeah, it just makes you go so much harder when you're rocking
the
this.
clothes
gives you the strength. He
our
really does.
clothes' energy, it's fucking radiating. Our actual, I can't even describe it, but
No, yeah, when you're wearing this, like, people are gonna know, like, oh, this is Stheticboys. You know what they believe in. You know their work ethic. You know everything they're all about. Like, this shit is a piece of energy, and then we try to make it a piece of art with the designs, the cross, everything that we try to implement, like, with our own creativity. And Steven, shout out Steven for making the badass designs. He's a legend.
Steven is, first of all, a round of applause for Steven because he's been fucking killing these drops. Like, the graphics are not real. The designs, they're just getting better and better. Like, I'm having...
He's on another level.
This is literally... We'll talk about this too. But, like, we're putting so much faith into this fucking brand, and it's like you guys are seeing that, and it's, like, showing. Every single drop is obviously getting way much better. The designs, the clothing
quality,
pieces, the quality. Like, it's just... Steven is a fucking goat, but the team itself is just like a group of men. Now we see
guys at Alphaland wearing this shit all the time. Like, it's crazy. And the guys just come up to us and talk to us, and we're literally friends now because they just think the same. They just act the same. Like, they just get it. So if you're rocking Stheticboys, you basically just get it. If you see anyone else in the gym rocking it, they just get it too. So go probably say what's up to them because, you know, you'll probably make good friends for sure.
And a friendly reminder too, every drop, as per usual, is one of one. So this is the only time that you guys can get this God drop. So be ready for it.
Again, never coming back.
Run up code alpha.
This Warrior of Christ drop is never coming back. And you see on the white shirt, we hear obviously of a skeleton praying with the crown above him, like the halos. That's
a halo,
fucking disgusting. You guys obviously all know that.
We can talk about what that actually represents later on in the video too, with like all the energy and it going up. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
We can talk about this later into the podcast too. But you guys all know that all three of us kind of really appreciate death. We obviously love like the whole skeleton aesthetics of just life itself, kind of the whole memento mori, just really understanding that death is very real and makes you appreciate life just as much as more as you want to take it. So
yeah, life would have no meaning without death. So
exactly. So our next drop or our next shirt we have is just kind of like a whole basic just exo ray, just like skeleton.
You can literally rock it backwards.
Yeah, I'm rocking
Justice
it
has the fucking shirt flip.
It's just fire backwards. But he's rocking the front.
I got like you got the heart here on the chest, and you have get diced or on the neck, and then you have die trying where he has it on the back.
It's a hard back.
And guys, if you make it a wide neck like he did, and like how we cut our shirts, then it makes it so much easier to just rock it backwards. So pretty much get like a 2-for-1.
This drop is fucked, people. Okay, it's fucking fucked. It's actually the sickest drop yet. It's a fucking PR drop, and it's gonna sell out very, very fast. So.
Also, if you want to know how to cut it, I'm going to explain it real quick. All you have to do is, Riser taught me, you just freaking cut off the little collar. Don't try to, like, fold it or anything. Just literally cut off the little collar just one thing at a time. Don't put it on itself, again, like, overlaid on itself. Just cut it one little thing at a time. And if you're not watching this podcast, this is like the sickest podcast. Like, if you're just listening to it, you got to get on the YouTube.
Got to get the full
start looking
experience.
at this podcast because check out this clothes. It's freaking fire.
The clothes are shit. They're fucking trash.
And if you guys do need extra help with the cutting of the neck, just shoot us a message, or we'll probably honestly post something on how to kind of crop the shirt and how we like to rock it. But
Yep.
it's going to be awesome.
We have two pairs of shorts, new shorts that are dropping. The black shorts that are dropping literally pair so well with the hoodie. They pair so well with the black shorts. They pair with everything.
Everything, even the stuff from the past drop pairs perfectly with all the stuff that's coming from the new drop.
Be sure to go check out our Instagram just to see the Stheticboys Instagram to see all the recent photos of all the clothes that we're dropping. See the hoodie, see it all. It's awesome. The black shorts are crazy.
The white shorts. So that has another Bible quote we want to talk about. It's John 1:4:4.
It's 1 John 4:4. The giant in front of you is never greater than the God that is inside of you. So basically what that means is no matter what's going on around you, no matter what obstacles are in front of you, and no matter how it may seem the odds are stacked against you, with God on your side, you can overcome that. And you have to truly have faith in that and put that faith into God, and it'll be yours. So
there's absolutely nothing you can't do with God by your side. So
hey,
figure that out, King.
Imagine you have these... I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Imagine you have these fucking shorts on, you're squatting, like leg days in these shorts. Any days you're lifting with the shorts on, it's like, dude, you're going to feel like you're a fucking god in the gym.
Mm-hmm. And the devil, he tries to drift you. He tries to get your thoughts to be negative. He tries to drift you away from the goal. But if you're rocking these shorts, you look down, it's a constant reminder. You know, God is always with me. I can win any battle. It's just a constant reminder, and that's why we like to rock this kind of stuff, because it just stays in our subconscious, and we stay winning because it's what we're thinking about. It's what we see each other rocking. It's what we stand for. It's what we do. It's what we live by. So
We love to keep that positive vibe, good energy around us, on us at all times. It's also why I rock the crucifix every day as well. Constant reminder. But super excited for this one. And then we also have the hoodie coming out, which is beautiful. That hoodie is probably the most insane hoodie yet.
Literally, it's
Like,
like,
straight up.
it's like the Warrior Christ hoodie.
Yeah.
Like the hoodie is absolutely insane. It has another Bible quote, Luke 18:27. Says, "What is impossible with man is possible with God." We have the 3 crosses on the back as well with another just like
Archangel.
Archangel. Just the whole hoodie is insane. It has a creation of Adam with skeleton hands for the front with the creation of our brand Stheticboys. So 101, never restocking, code alpha to the firmament, by the way.
Running up there.
Because we never got to the moon.
Can't get to the
We'll
moon.
talk about that
Talk
later.
about that later.
Anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in it, people. This is the
is it.
firmament.
This is where we peak every day.
This is where we live every day, and we're in God's kingdom. But I wanted to bring up something. We can talk about we're going to talk about the firmament, people. We're going to wake everyone up. But
Don't worry, we're gonna get to that.
I wanted to talk
Now.
about the Bible quotes because I wanted to talk about something that we can obviously talk about deeper into the podcast. I bring up all this shit that we can talk about later, but
All we have is
Yeah,
now.
I know. Let's just
Let's
get it
start
out.
talking about something.
But this is what I want to bring up. Like when it comes to like going to the gym, and I never really like clicked into this before I found God and knew that like the devil's real and it's all just right in front of your face. But when you're walking in the gym, when I was walking in the gym when I was first starting out in the gym, I had all these negative thoughts, all these bad emotions telling me, this is not for you, bro. Quit right now. Like literally quit. You can't lose the weight. You can't keep going. This is not cut out for you. All the time like your diet or where I wanted to cheat. That's all the fucking like the devil. It was the devil when I look back on it, just always trying to tell me like, no, can't do this. Don't stop. Like it's all the devil. And I was bringing up Stheticboys stuff, always having like this reassurance on you, the quotes. Just if I was in my position where I was now, and always kind of looking down and reading like these quotes now, it really helps me like just push forward in the gym too. Because even now that I'm sure we have those days where like I don't want to fucking do this. This is trash. But it's actually just the devil trying to tell you, just trying to put you down that wrong path, to not make you succeed as a man spiritually.
Oh yeah, it's all a test. Like we're here spiritually in a human's body, and it's just a test. We're surrounded by temptation. The devil's everywhere here on earth. It says it in the Bible. Like we just need to overcome, and through Christ we can, with our conscious decisions every single day to follow what God would want us to do. We can win, and we can beat the devil. So that's just how it works.
Need to stay strong in spirit. Keep trusting God in everything that you do. Train your soul, train your spirit, which is also why too me and Justice just did a 48-hour fast, no eating. It was beautiful. The quote, Matthew 4:4.
Man shall not live off of bread alone, but by the word that comes out of God's mouth. So basically, you don't really need food. All you need is the freaking knowledge of God and his word. And through that, you have the strength. You have all the strength that you need, knowing that God dwells in you and gives you all the strength that you need. So we were able to complete this 48-hour fast. It was very eye-opening, and it was a great experience. Like super just freaking euphoric, and just like I was in a fight or flight like kind of state towards the end of it. It was awesome, and I felt like my cells and my body just really flushing out everything and being reborn. It was actually crazy. So like our bodies went into autophagy, and some cells were dying off and just being reborn. And it's a very healthy thing to do, honestly. And I would do your research on it for sure. And possibly attempt something like a 24-hour fast and build your way up to a 48-hour fast, because there was a lot of benefits that Riser and I saw and experienced mentally, spiritually, and we were able to get an increased willpower from it. Like our mentality is just so much stronger now. We're probably never going to ever fucking cheat or even have the thought of cheating on our diet, because we went 48 hours without eating anything. So the fact that I can even eat a meal that has nutrition and beef or like chicken or anything healthy that are grown from the ground, that's all I really need. And that's what really opened my eyes to, I need to appreciate the food that's healthy for me and healthy for my temple, because this is the body that I'm going to live in, and I'm going to carry this body for the rest of my life, and I can't get rid of it because it's part of me. Yeah, exactly. So
It was a beautiful experience, and it was super awesome too to see. We got so many DMs on a lot of you guys attempting this challenge. A lot of you guys did a 24-hour fast. Some of you hit me up, did a 48-hour fast. This one kid DM'd me, did a 60-hour fast after that. I was like, bro, that's insane. But no, the fasting was awesome. It definitely helped us with our discipline, brought us closer to God 100%, and just definitely gave us a good outlook and a better appreciation on food and really watching what we're eating and what we put in our body.
the love was crazy from the 48-hour fast. We had you guys coming up to us saying like it was motivating and that you guys were about to cheat on your diet the night before. Then you saw us that we hadn't even ate, and so you didn't. And it's just like so awesome to see that we can make an impact like that through like the content that we post. We were doing like Bible motivation throughout it all, and really just honestly using the energy of the Word of God. And that's how we made it through the 48-hour fast. And it was kind of easy, honestly. I think we could have gone an extra day if we really wanted to.
Definitely. And making those videos did really help. Like, that really kept me going, kept me dialed in, and just a great way to show you guys, too, why we did it. And if you want to watch our experience as well, Justice's channel and my channel, we posted about it as well. So definitely go check it out if you want to learn more info on the fast. But that was beautiful.
I did not do the fast with them because something in my life did a little traumatic change. And, well, here's the first announcement that I hired Jermaine as my coach. So now me and Jermaine will be working together, and he's going to basically turn me into a new man. So I was on his new diet plan. I've been on it for about a week now and a half. And I'm trusting the process, putting full faith into this. Jermaine literally transforms fucking humans. So I'm very, very excited to...
Coaches winners.
Yeah, to truly, like, I've never had a coach before, like an actual coach, so I'm excited for it. I'm fucking...
He can take you to that next level.
Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. I've just been waiting for, like, something to get my physique to the next level because, you know, I've said it, I don't think I've said it on a podcast before, but I've told you boys, like, many times, I really do believe and I have faith, and I think it's my calling with God that I think I have one of the most, like, insane transformations in the world for, like, weight loss. And I think that my story I want to be just reached, and I want to reach as many millions of people as I can, just to give them hope and inspire as many kids as possible. Just because, like I've said this in a podcast, and I remember me saying it, that I'm the guy that I never had, like, first starting in the gym, that I needed. Now I'm that guy to so many kids, and I'm that voice, and I'm that light. So finding my purpose, like, even the past year, following God, really opened up my eyes. And I've just been looking for a sign, talking to God the past couple months, even weeks recently, and just thinking, I'm like, how can I be? What can I do to just transform? What can I do? And I always had Jermaine in the back of my mind, just like becoming and actually doing a coach. And I'm just like, bro, I'm just gonna fucking do it. So putting full faith into this, and I feel like after I'm done working with Jermaine, I'm probably gonna have him coach me for like a year. Honestly, I really want to run this summer shredding transformation one next July, and I really want to fucking win it. I want to win it all, and I want to, like, sweep.
Or is he gonna take like a year and do the one next summer?
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna take like a whole just year prep off with Jermaine, and
yeah, he can do insane damage with you in a year, bro. And if you guys don't know, Jermaine is a natural IFBB pro, absolutely insane. Also a Stheticboy athlete.
He's literally going to the fucking Olympia, and he's 24 years old.
Yeah, natural. He's actually competing in just a few weeks, so best of luck to him. He's been looking unreal. Truly, probably the most insane physique I've ever seen, like, in person with my eyes. It's crazy.
But as I was saying, I'm kind of want to wrap up my little talk, but I believe that, like, I want to achieve the most impossible transformation. I don't want to look like a completely different human being, and I think Jermaine is going to get me there to that point. So I'm going to be trusting him for the next couple of weeks. Full faith over fear, and let's see what the fuck happens, boys.
Just get after it.
He'll get you shredded, get dashed or die trying, baby.
No, literally.
Always remember.
Get fucking diced.
It's going to be difficult, but head down, stay dialed in, stay focused. God by your side, remember that. Nothing you can't do.
Absolutely. I love it. I fucking love it.
Figure it out.
So I think it's time.
This is it.
This is it.
Time for what, Rosetta?
No, I think it's time we get into our...
The floor is yours, King.
I think it's time we get into our stories of, like, how we kind of got closer to God individually.
Let's do it.
I would like to start with Justin.
Oh,
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'll start off by saying, and I've also, I don't remember where I've said this. I think we said it with Chase, I know we talked about God with, I think, James.
Yeah.
On the podcast. But growing up my whole life, never really followed God at all. It was more so like my grandma taking us to church. I wasn't paying attention at all in church when I was a kid, and then I kind of just stopped going in kind of high school. Really just fell off, had no connection with him at all. Just because my whole thoughts on just what we are, who we are, it's just been all mixed and twisted, and we'll get into that later. But my thoughts of just everything was very, very mixed and confusing as a kid growing up. So I never really, like I said, followed him, never believed in him. But I believed in some type of like energy, and I believed in like the higher self, I guess. But never really talked to him at all, nor did I like pray until I was honestly doing well like on social media. And then I moved down to Texas where I met Joey in the Rise house, and then he's been very, hanging out with Chase Calvert too. Like I hang around with all these guys now that are, religious, and they follow God and they have faith, and they'll tell me, Chase is telling me he prays every night all the time in the Rise house, and he always had his Bible on him, and I was kind of like, I never really gave it a shot. I never really like turned to God until like when I was in the Rise house, and I just kind of began to like pray, and I was asking Chase, and I was even talking to Joe too about how he prays and everything, and it's just, you go into a room, or you can do it wherever you are, but just kind of put your head down, you can just close your eyes and just truly have full faith and just pretend that he's right in front of you, or he's there, just like always listening to you, but just kind of just talking about really whatever. You can talk, you can ask him any questions, you can just talk, and that's what I began to do in the Rise house just about like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Just kind of talk to him about my problems and stuff and all the shit I was going through. And it truly feels, and I felt like I've connected with him a lot more now, but it felt like someone was actually there. And this, like the energy that I got and like the presence in like my body, it felt like someone was actually in the same room as me, just like listening to me. And it just felt like a calm essence was always there. And just like, so I was kind of praying a lot in the Rise house almost every night, kind of connecting with him more, and then like bringing him into the weight room was like kind of a big thing for me. But just really slowly kind of getting into talking with him every single day. Next thing you know, me and Joey are in our own apartment, and that's when we met Justice, and then like got really close together. Justice like put me on, and even Joey, he kind of literally put me on to reading fucking books.
Yeah,
never was reading books. Didn't do fucking shit. I started really going outside more, connecting in God's kingdom, really starting to read all these books that gave me all this knowledge about what the fuck we are. And I was just like,
what life really is.
So then I had like this fucking life realization about like 7-8 months ago, like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
This is it. Like, we're in the kingdom. Yeah. Like I had this insane realization. I'm like, damn, so like everything is actually meant to be like, this is all has such deeper purpose, and this is like such a beautiful thing of just what this experience is. Yeah, and then you kind of start to twist the word, gratefulness around, and then you really just learn that word, just being appreciative towards everything. So 100%. Over the past year, I've been really talking to him on a daily basis. I really like to go outside and connect with him in this kingdom. Reading books that we can obviously all talk about too to help me. But Justice, Joey are, I think, and I know now that are God sent, and they are meant to come into my life and save me, because I've said this once in a podcast before I met them. I was literally just seeing life black and white, and now I see life just full as color. So I love you boys for putting me on the sauce, and I'm glad we're able to peak together in the kingdom. Bro. But yeah,
every day, man.
Love that, bro. Love to hear that.
I've only been following him for about a year now, and I can't wait to get closer with him. But
yeah, man, it's a good story.
Yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah, if any kids are out there, if anyone's listening and they're not, it's 25 years, 30 years, you could be 40 or 18, 15, not really close to him. You can start at any time because we could talk about this later, but all we have is fucking now. I don't know why I keep saying that. No matter how many times, how many times you turn away God, the second you want to turn towards him, he'll always be. Yeah, he'll always.
I don't know if you guys have seen that painting where it's like God is like reaching out and then Adam's hand is kind of like down. It's because God is always going to be there, and it's just a matter of if we want to move our hand to connect. Because God is reaching out fully extended, and Adam's hand's kind of like, eh. But if you really wanted to, God's always there waiting. You can connect with him. So,
100%.
Just thought I'd explain that. Joe,
Yeah.
the floor is yours.
All right, so
The floor is yours. God bless. God bless.
let's figure it
I don't know
out.
if you guys saw it too. Look at the fucking money signs like in the S's. Come on.
Hey, but we'll talk
What do you
about
think of
that
that, G?
later.
You think it's fire? Trash.
All right.
Joe, if you want to get like I don't mean to cut you off. If you want to get like a pre-time, halftime salvia bowl, pack a little salvia in a bowl for us. Because honestly, we're talking about this salvia. It's in churches, so like
is.
we have salvia in the house, boys. So we're all of age.
Very
We're all
religious.
21. We're all really religious. Well, we smoke this salvia. It's a prayer kind of tobacco thing, and it reaches you to like the next.
Well,
higher
I
conscious-
think what they
Well,
have.
explain it, Justin, because it's happening in the church, and they fucking just.
I don't know. I just think the Catholics have sage, and I think they just like wave it around.
It's the
and
same thing, though.
Get everyone high.
Well, that's what we have. It's
sense.
just like this sage
Right,
thing.
makes
that
you
we,
feel really good.
I think G-Man
Probably why they do it in the big churches with everyone. Then
Exactly.
everyone's just like peeking.
We'll probably get G to pack even like a little mushroom bowl of it.
Yeah. But, yeah, so growing up, I grew up in a very Catholic household. And throughout just like my whole childhood, always was around. We would pray before every family dinner every night. And then throughout middle school and high school, I went to youth group every Sunday. Made a lot of close friends there, so that was definitely awesome. Was an altar boy, did all that when I was like 10 years old up until I was like 17 or 18. So I just did everything. I did that like almost every Sunday for like 7 or 8 years. So I was, the church was always around me. It was definitely a big part of my life, but I don't think like growing up it kind of fully clicked, I guess, what it is and really how to build that relationship like truly with God. I was just kind of like in a routine of going to church every Sunday and all that. But it was definitely around it pretty much throughout the whole childhood. And then when I went to college, when I was like 18 or 19, that's when I kind of like stopped going to church, kind of like stopped praying in general, honestly, kind of like lost my connection with him. And then was just a bot in college, like,
Yeah.
like drinking. as a
Joey, what
freshman.
does a bot mean?
So a bot is
People that
when
don't know what a
you
bot
A bot in college.
a bot in college is when you really don't have a connection with God. Honestly, you're drinking with a bunch of bots. You're going
Lowering
to
your
parties.
energies.
You're lowering your test with drinking.
Yeah.
You're getting
Poisoning
crossfaded a
your-
lot, and you just kind of
It's really a devil.
Tweaking.
It's just a devil worship party, honestly.
Yeah.
You're freaking poisoning your temple. You're straying further and further away from God,
literally, bro.
and you're just NPC. So
Yeah, and you're like hating school and classes and all that. Just big bot vibes. So that was like that.
By the way, we were all
Yeah, we were all
Yeah,
there.
we were all there, and I went to school and I
That's
fucking
it.
hated it. And I went to parties and I got fucked up. I got fucking drunk,
we were all there.
and
We're all
there.
bots.
Okay, we were all bots. But hey, we're on the other side
we
of
all
the
slipped out
rainbow. We're on the
somehow.
other side of
We
the
are here.
firmament.
In the
We're on the other side of the firmament.
Yep,
in the now. So
We'll literally talk about the firmament because
it's in the
it's
Bible.
in the Bible, and I'll read that. But continue on, King.
Yeah, and then sophomore year was definitely a lot better than I was kind of having the realization that about halfway through sophomore year, I had the opportunity to move out to Texas and do social media and everything full time. So I did that. And when I moved out here, that's when I kind of started building my relationship with God again, because I was just kind of like thanking him, like, damn, like I had just left school. I'm doing this full time now. Like, this is pretty crazy. So I would kind of thank him when I first moved out. And then I would start praying before meals and everything and just kind of slowly build that relationship back up. But then, as Justin said previously, like that summer of 2022, when me and him were in the apartment together, it was just really good vibes in the apartment, always clean in there. we were in a much better state of mind all the time. And then we started hanging out with Justice all the time. He stayed out of the apartment for probably pretty much the whole summer, honestly.
Yeah. Justice just lived in our apartment, if I'm being
Pretty
honest.
much.
He just
It
every
was a
night
vibe.
sleep
I would
on
just
the-
drive over
sleep
there
on
and
the
just
couch.
like peek every night and just we
They lived
wake
like
up
40
and go
minutes
walk.
away.
Yeah.
I'm so glad, bro, that we were actually like the chances of you just being in Dallas and just hanging out with us. It was fucking sick.
It was an
being
insane
here.
summer.
This is my
Well, now look at us, King. Peeking in the firmament.
So,
Page
yeah.
1,
The now.
Genesis.
That's where we stayed connected all summer. Really, then our relationship with each other and with God just kind of started exploding and going through the roof. And ever since then, it's just been a huge blessing for sure. And then, like Justin said, probably about like 7 or 8 months ago, so when you really have the mind blowing experience, and you're like, damn, this is it.
We were peeking on shrooms one time, and we were at this park, literally in this whole like, it was a full moon. It was about 2 a.m. and the waves were coming in, and it was an experience that I will actually never forget, because that's what like we kind of formed like a brotherhood on this like bench, kind of like moment we had, where I know we talked about God and we talked about like our visions together. We kind of all had like the same exact game plan.
Yeah.
We all knew that like, well, if we all just like kind of team up, we can get there so much faster. And especially with God's help, like we can just do whatever we fucking want together. So that's when we made like this insane pack on one of those insane nights in Dallas, where we just like, let's just put our heads down, all grind together, follow God, and see where this life takes us.
That's also what we knew, that me and Justin were going to join Vision, which is Justice's brand.
Exactly that.
And when Justice was going to go full-time Stheticboy as well. So it was just a big...
Cheers, motherfucker.
It was the beginning of it all, honestly.
No.
Beginning of Vision and Stheticboys, and all three of us living together, working together.
Yep.
And really just truly starting that journey and taking it to the next level. And it's been awesome ever since.
It's been trash.
It's been a great journey.
It's been pretty shit.
It's been pretty fucking shit. But let's talk about that. I don't want to cut you off your story time. You want to talk about that fucking blitz or not?
Blitz is not in here, boys,
don't have
but
Blitz.
y'all know what Blitz is. We've been showing you guys. It's the new Stheticboys pre-workout collabing with Vision. So it's the forbidden and the dialed mixed into one. It's the best shit that you can honestly take into your temple. It's gets you Blitz.
Yo,
Let's just say
G, is it? I think it's in the supplement. Can you grab it real quick?
Yeah,
Guys,
we'll get
this
it out to you.
pre-workout
Guys, this
will straight
pre
up
is
change your
crazy.
life. Like the performance in general, the taste is insane, right? But
That's really what I care about, honestly, is the performance
Yeah.
overall. But like we were able to nail the taste, and it's just crazy. So we did a green apple grape flavor, which is really unheard of. No one's ever done that, and I can guarantee you, some other supplement companies are going to be coming out with green apple grape
oh yeah,
in the future.
100%.
So, but just know that we did it first because we're freaking him. But here it
Thanks,
is,
G.
guys. Let me get a look at it first.
There's a lot of energy on that one.
New blitzed pre-workout collaboration with Justin and Riser.
Our signatures are on the tub,
Yeah,
which
it's
is like
super
the
aesthetic, that's what it's
coolest fucking thing ever. You're not going to be able to see it
I know
at
you
all.
might, but-
Like, at all.
This shit is
But
fire. Look, it's clean.
if you do kind of look at it closely while you get the package, you're going to be like, dude, this whole packaging thing is aesthetic. Like the people
is
that
truly
take
the
this.
It looks exactly like our podcast room.
Yeah.
This is a psychedelic pre-workout, people. You take this and you will be seeing visuals. I'm just
You're going to
kidding.
be smashing PRs.
But you're going to be literally blitzed out of your mind, smashing PRs. 8,000 grams of L-citrulline. The pump is going to be through the roof,
Yeah,
people.
do you understand how insane your pump is going to be with that?
We even got some Himalayan
Mental
salt in there for
focus,
you, King.
Everything in there is
Got some lion's mane. You're going to be peaking.
You're going to be dialed.
Dialed.
Pump's going to be
And
crazy.
blitzed.
And blitzed. Because when you're off the za and you're drinking Pluri, you're basically like blitzed, right? You're blitzed out of your mind. What
The
better,
ultimate
what better
combo.
name, motherfucker?
Then blitzed.
See
about
the. Go ahead and see the.
Once you guys see the vision,
See the vision, motherfucker.
and once you experience the vision, that's when you're going to
Once
figure
you
it out.
experience it, it's game over.
Justice, before we talk about the firmament in page 1, Genesis, let's go ahead and hear your story about your story.
Oh, his story.
His
You get
story.
it? You get it or
You get it or not?
You get it or not?
Where's
his
Ben?
story? Anyways,
Ben,
where's
where
Ben?
History's fucking take.
If you don't know Ben, shout out Chicken and Rice. He's a legend.
Shout out chicken and rice, motherfucker.
I don't know if Ben gets it.
Yeah, I don't know if he gets it. But guys, my story, I was blessed, honestly, to be raised in a Catholic family. My parents raised me Catholic. We'd go to Catholic churches. I was put into like a Catholic school on the weekend, so I'd go and learn about that. But really didn't feel like connected to God when I was in that. Honestly, that kind of arc, I kind of just felt like I was going to church. Felt like I was kind of just like asleep, honestly, on church.
Call shit arcs.
Yeah,
It's like that
that's
arc.
what it is. It's just like an arc. Honestly, it felt like a couple of filler episodes, but that's just what it was when I was a Catholic. And then I fell out of that into Christianity, and in high school when I became friends with a good buddy of mine. And I'd go to his church, and it was a Christian church, which was different from the Catholics, so they just do it very differently. You know, the Catholics have all their other stipulations that they like to do, like the holy water, the kneeling, all these little things. And like the Christian, it was more of just like a come and enjoy, and let's all just kind of like smile and like talk about the Word of God. And I kind of liked that energy a little bit more, so I kind of felt closer to God there with those people. And so I kind of fell into Christianity a bit, but the people that I was with in that church, they were non-denominational. So I became kind of like a non-denominational where I would just use the Bible because at the end of the day, I was always just really intrigued by the idea of like there is a God, there is like something out there, that the reason that I even exist. And I was very curious, and I'd always do research on it. So I was just like really intrigued by it. So I would talk to as many people as I could. I would do everything I could to just kind of find the truth of what this is. And that led me to just reading other books such as like Buddhism. I've read a couple books on Buddhism, and I've read other like spiritual texts, you know, that kind of correlate and kind of talk about Jesus too. And it all kind of connects. And that's what I kind of figured to be. And so I kind of believe that all the religions from what I've studied are kind of all talking about the same thing, which is consciousness, which is what we are as a whole, which is what we are experiencing right now, is this conscious moment. So that's kind of what I've thought of. And I know that Jesus, and I believe that Jesus is a representation of what we're supposed to be as a man. Like it talks to the Bible, like God sent himself into man, which was Jesus, which is basically us. Jesus was like another person like us, to show us the way to live. And basically all that was Jesus kind of figured out that he was the consciousness, so he had to connect to his higher self to kind of experience what would God want to do here on earth and how would he live. And so that's what Jesus kind of figured out, and I feel like Jesus tried to explain that through the Bible, and all the other people that kind of like showed what Jesus was all about, what Jesus did, and all the people that kind of died to let the truth know about who Jesus was and the truth that he was spreading. You know, people died for that shit. Like it wasn't.
There's a reason why the Bible's still around 2,000 years later.
Most popular
still the most popular book in the world.
And that's why I think this is the one I follow like the most from the outside perspective. A lot of you would think I'm Christian because I read a lot of the Bible. I talk a lot about the Bible. I follow a lot of the Word. Honestly, a majority of it, because I believe 100%. A lot of it is true, as well as other. I think there's multiple paths to the one God, and I think there's only one God, and I think he's the higher being, and I think there is multiple paths there. And if you live a good life in a good way that it talks about in the Bible, and that it talks about other religions that are pretty much talking about the same thing, is that, you know, treat your neighbor as you want to be treated, because that's like the golden rule.
Love, love, love.
Love, love, love. We're all one.
Definitely
love.
do agree, though, that God is like the highest being and the highest creator, because the Bible is like the only religious book that truly says like I am the way, like God is the only way, and I think other ones kind of point towards like something else. Yeah. I've seen something like Buddha or something else that says that like I may not know the way, or like trust, but like the Bible is the one that says it straight up. That God is the way.
Well, yeah, exactly. And the I am is the way, and the I am is your I amness. So God's name in the Bible is I am, and I think that's important because when you're reading it, I feel like the Bible is a text that you kind of have to read in between the lines if you want to understand it. Jesus, or God, whatever you want to believe, Jesus was talking in a spiritual way. He was talking in metaphors. He wasn't talking just to like a normal man, because he wasn't. He was a spirit. He knew he was a spirit that was dwelling in the temple of God, a human man form. And so he was talking in this kind of read in between the lines way, and was giving you these spiritual like verses so that you can kind of interpret it to experience the truth and kind of find out for yourself, because that's the only way you can find God, is to find out through yourself and your own personal experience. I could tell you all day long, an atheist, you know, believe in God because he's the truth, but like he has to find that on his own. He has to come from within, because that's all that God is just the within being reflected on the outside, because God is light. And I think God, and we are is taking in light. We're like the beings that are taking in the light and experiencing this experience right now. And that's why our eyes are black. So it's just like a yin yang. It's like the darkness meets the light, and we are able to, even though like the world is crazy and it may seem like dark around us, but we are that light, and we need to shine like God. And that's basically the whole thing, is what all of these texts are trying to show you, is just to wake up to that consciousness, to wake up to that like God's spirit within us all, to live a good life how God would want us to do. And the reason why there's so many different kinds of religions, it's not because it's separate. It's honestly all one. It's because time goes on. Time continues to go on. So all these people are just in a different time space trying to show their own experience of what God is. And I think we have to all use that as a collective knowledge and not just write them off because they were hundreds of years ago. And like we have to use it all. We have to take in all the information from the past and the future, because it's all happening right now, because all we have is now. And that's what God is. And God is happening right now, which is the consciousness of I am. And that is like a lot of heavy, like, that's a lot to take in, I know, but that's kind of my experience, and that's where it got me to the point right now of like, I was in a family of being raised Catholic, but I didn't really understand what was even happening in that. Like, the Catholics never really talked about anything. They would just go and sing, and they wouldn't really, I never got a chance to talk about anything that I read in the Bible. It was just kind of like you go and listen to the one priest talk, and that's it. And you can't really, that's just kind of how it was. And until I kind of found friends, and church could be held with your buddies. Church and God is whenever like two or more people are together in a room, and that's church really. And you're talking about the word of God, that's church. It doesn't have to be this grand old deal with fog and bands and like all that. Like,
comment below if you want to see some Bible studies, because we'll literally stream on YouTube. We can do fucking Twitch. I want to definitely start reading this Bible and a lot more connecting with like the audience and shit too, because I know there's anyone that's watching this podcast, you are all fucking legends, and I know you guys fuck with us. So anyone that's literally watching the podcast, I know they want to connect with us on a more spiritual, deeper level. This is your chance to do so. So
yeah, let us know. Honestly, we'll start going live on Twitch. Like, we don't care. We just want to connect with you guys. That's why we formed this pack of like, we're gonna grind so that we can just reach a broad audience of people that are actually trying to do good in this world, so that we can also inspire them to make an impact, to light other people's flames, so they can continue this legacy of like what God wants us to do. And so that's basically the driving factor and motivation behind Stheticboys and Vision and everything that we stand for.
Spread as much good as possible.
Exactly. That's the goal and that's the mission. And I think us working together is just God's like plan, really. And we're going to do our best to follow it no matter what. We're going to stray. We try to keep each other accountable in every single way, and we try to stray away from the bad as like every single second, honestly, because it's a constant battle, really. 100%. The devil's just trying to drift you every single time. Like, it's always going to be like that. It has to be the balance. If not, it wouldn't be fun. Like, we're in this game of life. We're here to play it. We're here to experience it. So you just kind of got to be a man. We're here to be a man. Like, especially if you're a man, I'm talking to you specifically, you're here to be a fucking man. Like, your consciousness is in a man's body. So you got to realize that. And what being a man is all about is overcoming that darkness, overcoming that chaotic state of the outside world and all these excuses that you make up inside of your head. And just overcome that shit, because you are here to be a fucking man. At the end of the day, it's your duty, and that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day.
You have to do the hard things regardless of your feelings. You have to push through. Like, you're literally him, bro.
You're literally fucking him, bro.
So,
wake up.
If you're him, you better be in the gym, and you better be eating the really good diet and drinking natural spring water. Only him would do that, so figure it out.
This is going to be epic. I think we're just getting started, boys. This is going to be the beginning of the...
So I'm gonna go ahead and put some slight music in the background, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoy
meditation
this.
on. Maybe we just talk about the Bible.
We're gonna put a little music behind this, so it doesn't really fucking matter. I think when you're editing it, it's gonna be pretty aesthetic. Mm-hmm. But I have it super, super low. Boys, let's go ahead and open up a book that no one even wants to fucking open up. It's called the Holy Bible.
We're gonna do it here live on the fucking Stheticboys.
But you're interpreting
language on the Stheticboys podcast.
I'm Justin Martini. This is Roger Fit, and this is Just for Justin, motherfucker. And we're reading the fucking Holy Bible, motherfucker. Genesis, the first fucking page, people. Okay, the first page. that no one even wants to like literally pick up this book and just kind of be like, all right, I'm going to just read the first page.
You ready?
At least just read the first
Let me
sentence.
just read
bro.
the first sentence. And let me just read what this is.
Figure it out.
This is the King James versions, but this is a little bit old, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, listen to this. The first day. You're like, what the fuck is that? What's the first day? Sure, I'll read it. I'm curious. What is the first day? And God said, let there be light.
He said it. So like, I think you have to read in between the lines. Like, we are here to like manifest that shit just by our words, and once we speak that into existence, it'll like manifest itself if we follow through and have the faith in God's plan. And I'm just getting that based off the first sentence of the Bible, just trying to read in between the lines.
You are what you think.
Yep.
You get back what you do. So.
And there was light. And
There it was. See, he trusted it, and boom, there it was.
Heaven.
And God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. Kind of like
Yin-yang.
yin
Kind
yang.
of like the thing
like
that's on
yin-
my arm.
Like it's on his fucking arm.
Yin yang from the very beginning.
God
Light and
called
darkness. So we were just talking about that earlier.
the light day, and the darkness night.
Wow. That's kind of perfection right there. We're kind of like, he's building out a place where there's light and dark for us. It's kind of
Perfect spot.
And the evening and the morning were the first day. The second day. So now that you read the first day, you're like, holy shit. Not only did he make the light, he made the darkness. Divided everything with perfect balance. You're like, let's see what the second day has to offer. And God said, people, I can't make this shit up. This is what the word is. And God said, let there be a firmament. Now, in Joey's book, the word is what?
The word is dome.
In Justice's book, the word is
like
what?
vault or something like that.
All means the same
it's
thing.
firmament, basically. It's the same.
So, my version, it says firmament. In the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
So, let me explain.
What the fuck does that mean, eh?
What does that mean?
Like, really just read in between the lines there. And when you go outside on a normal day, you look up at the sky.
Blue.
It's blue. We can all see that. We can all attest to that. We can all experience that. It's blue. God said he's going to divide the waters from the waters with a firmament. Simpsons literally show you guys that it's right in front of your face. Disney literally shows you that it's right in front of your face. So that's every like they show you we're in a firmament that created by God. But of course they trick us into thinking we came from monkeys. So who are you gonna really believe?
The word of God
Or the word of
bots.
bots?
Or the devil.
The biggest bot of all.
You can interpret it as much as you want.
All
but
right, clip this shit. The devil is the biggest bot of all time. He's an NPC.
Yeah, he's a fucking NPC.
All right, let's just go off.
That's funny, bro.
Listen, and God made the firmament. That's what he said. And divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So he's saying he made his thing, right? And then he divided these things like water and then above it. I was like, what is this little thing? So God called the firmament heaven. So that's the thing like we're in.
And I think that's why when we look up into the stars, into the firmament, we literally connect with heaven. I don't know if you guys have experienced this feeling where you're literally stargazing or looking up at the sky and you kind of just feel this grand, greater connection with the higher spirit or God or whatever you want to
Looking
call
at
it.
the heavens.
Just
So-
looking at the heavens, you're connecting to it, and we can get that inspiration from that in the firmament.
I truly, my thoughts are always
Oh, yeah.
going crazy when we're looking at stars, especially on those bright starry nights, like when we were in Arkansas and it was
Especially, yeah.
endless. You're just, it's
Especially
just
if
a
you're
crazy
grounded,
feeling.
guys. If you want to know a quick hack, ground. Get your
Yep.
bare feet, skin to the grass, and then it'll absorb all of your negative energy and just fill you with positive energy. And especially if you're stargazing, you're just going to connect, especially if you're even in the sun too. Like, it's all great. Just being outside in accordance to nature, like, that's where we're supposed to live.
Yeah.
These houses, all this shit is man-made. Like, what God made was nature, and we're supposed to live in it. We're literally supposed to be Tarzan, but
Sadly.
We're in a society where it's I don't even.
Where you don't even know your own neighbors, and you're just going to work at a freaking desk all day, and then coming back, and you're just watching Netflix. So
we should all be living together.
we should all be one. Yeah, we're all one big family. Like, look at the ants. We're the only,
after all.
we're the only species that separates each other. Like, we are all fighting against each other. In reality, look at all the other animals. Look at the ants. Look at the bees. They all work together. Look at the birds. They all work together and harmonize together with nature.
Perfect.
And we're, because of our egos and everything else and the devil, we're just like, we're in competition. We're just trying to one up each other instead of just realizing that we're all one and helping each other, which is what God would have wanted. What he does want.
So your mind is blown, right? You're like, holy shit, the second day he made the firmament. You're like, what's the third day? And God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth.
He called the dry land earth. Not the whole thing as an earth. He said, no, the dry land.
Dry land.
There's a difference there, and you kind of have to like really read in between the lines there.
The dry land appeared. And then we're in a firmament with waters above us, waters below us. So we're in this plane. And you're fucking in it, people.
Think about it, bro. We're in a plane, and they just add a T.
Wait, so
look, planet,
so space
right?
isn't real, Justin? No, it's not fucking real.
NASA.
It's because we're living in a firmament.
NASA. It's literally a serpent's tongue. NASA stands for not a space agency. Astronaut means astro. Not. It's right in front of you.
Astronaut.
Solar system is a soul lure system. It's luring your soul out into space instead of into the word of God, where it should be in the firmament that God made. But guys, you just gotta kind of like read the Bible and what He says, and He tells you we're in a special place,
right in front
created
of your
by
face.
God.
It's right in front of your
we
face.
are specially made, designed. Our DNA
perfect.
has God written all over it. We're perfection. Like, our body has so many working functions that work perfectly together. We're able to breathe, experience, think, and it's just so beautiful. And this is just
Genesis.
a couple sentences we write, and we're able to get all of that information just from that, guys. I'm super excited to just freaking for the rest of the journey, and we were talking to you guys on live too. That's gonna be so.
So you
epic.
understand space is
Bible study.
fake, right? Big ball drop. Sorry to drop that on you guys, but think about this, okay? You grew up my whole life. I grew up my whole life thinking, we're on this ball with all these planets, all this in this galaxy, billions of all this bullshit. Doesn't that want to make you feel like you're small, insecure, like life doesn't even fucking matter? Like, I should probably just fucking kill myself, right?
You feel so insignificant.
I came from monkeys. If evolution is fucking real, if evolution is real and we came from monkeys, why the fuck are monkeys still around?
And why has no one ever seen evolution actually happen?
Hey, evolution is not real, people. Throw that out the fucking window. You were made from God, okay? You were made
So
in
the Bible says.
And the Bible says.
Gotta be wary of what is happening here on earth, because the devil is here on earth running it. You think
All
he's
the
just gonna
time.
let it slide and just let the truth be out there? No, he's gonna deceive you. That's what the devil is. He's a deceiver. So we have to be wary. That's what God warns us about here on earth. So just keep it with an open mind when we're kind of telling you about this information, because there's some heavy shit, and it's called planet because we're actually a plane, because Jesus took away the cross, and so it's actually a flat plane. So figure it.
You guys get it or not?
You get it
you
or
guys,
no?
Do you get it or no? Okay, you open up another Bible.
This isn't us saying it. This is literally
We're
God.
just talking about
This isn't
what
us.
God
This
says.
is God.
This is God's word, not mine. This is God's word. This is His word, not mine.
It's the word of God.
This is the word
Oh,
of God.
we're preaching.
Another quote here in another Bible. God created man in His own image. So He made you out of His own image. He made man out of all of us through His own image. You're Him, motherfucker. That's what He's trying to tell you.
Enough said to be. If
You're
you're a
fucking
man,
him.
if you're a man and you're made in God's image, how
Doesn't that mean you're-
would you ever do anything to disgrace God's image if you were literally made in His image? Like, are you gonna do anything to lower yourself from the standard of God's image? Really, that's all that needs to be fucking read.
You
right
fucking
there.
kid. That's all you need
How
to
do
read.
you
Read
not,
the
not
first-
have a realization after reading those couple of first sentences? Like, that's really it.
If you're made in God's image, bro, you are Him. You gotta.
And that's not even coming from like a fucking ego thing, like, oh, I'm Him, I'm made in God. It's coming from like this
You
this is
know
so
the
much
truth.
responsibility that I have in this world, and this is the truth. So I gotta really focus in on every single conscious move, because that every single conscious move is what defining the man that I become every single day and every single moment. So that's
So, Justin, wait, space is not real. Go down this. Well, the last ever mission that the Nazis tried to literally do is called Operation Fishbowl. You can look this up. Okay. In this documentation that were leaked.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of have to explain to them like how your initial thoughts are when you kind of figured this out, and kind of like help them, because I came to them and told them this, and they had initial thoughts of kind of just like questioning it, and like explain to them like how your thought process was when like this information like was brought to you.
So basically, like this information, people, it's been so old, like ancient civilization. All these people like knew what we were living in.
All
Justice
the other
figured it
religions.
out a couple of years ago when he was
In
younger.
high school, I would debate literally the science teachers and everything, because I kind of was reading the Bible and I kind of figured this shit out, and I was kind of doing my own research and doing all these like scientific things that to where I was trying to prove that the earth was a spinning ball. Like, I didn't want to think it was flat. I wanted to prove that, because I had a big ego. I wanted to fit in with everyone else. And I kind of stumbled upon it on accident, which I don't think it was an accident. I think it was God's plan. And then I read the Bible and I'm like, what? It's in the Bible? Wait,
It's
what?
like- it's in the
All these other
Bible.
religions are saying it? What? And so I figured it out at like 16, and then I would tell my parents, and they kind of like brush it off, like, oh, I'm just a young kid, like, doesn't know what I'm talking about. But like, of course, they listen and stuff, and they believe me because they know I'm smart. And then I would tell like professors and tell like my teachers and tell my friends. A lot of them didn't like me for it. A lot of them would get mad at me for it. But I was just trying to help them and tell them like what I knew, and that it was literally coming from the Bible. And so then when I told these guys, of course they're gonna be like, it's something new to their mind. So of course they're gonna be kind of questioning it and stuff.
Yeah. And honestly, like when you told us specifically with the way that you approached it, by bringing in the Bible, by bringing in the Word of God, and all your points that you made, like it made sense at first, but you definitely have to do the research on your own and kind of just
because I've had
really
6
figure it
years,
out.
6 years just of knowledge on researching all of this, so that when I bring this shit up, I don't look like a dumbass, because this is a big, heavy topic. So I've had 6 years of knowledge on this, so I'm very confident in talking about it. So
And at first, I was like, damn, no shot.
Yeah, no
and
fucking
then
way. I was
like, no way.
I was
like-
debating with Justice all the time. I was like, bro, no.
I was like,
And
what?
I was always talking.
It took a few months for it to really settle in, but once you honestly, anyone watching this, if you're just kind of like, what the fuck? Just honestly,
I know
trust
everyone
us,
knows.
do the
Everyone-
research.
yeah, just do the research.
Read the
yourself. We're never gonna
Bible.
be able to convince you. It has to come from yourself.
You
It
yeah,
all
just
comes
like
from
you
with
said.
God.
It
Yeah.
all comes
Look,
from within.
Go down a deep rabbit hole. Might take you months, but once you figure it out, you're going to be like, damn, these guys are right. Should have listened to them earlier. But figure it out in your own time, King.
Listen, people. I think what I had is the life realization of that we live in this like God's kingdom that's what really brought me and clicked it with God too. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
if I'm actually in your kingdom now, then I can really learn how to bring heaven down to earth as soon as possible. Wake up as many of my friends, loved one as possible, and let them know. Like, because once you find out this information, you just want to tell everyone that you love, because it helps you so much in life, like spiritually, mentally, like
Let you live a happier life.
such a more prosper, happier life to just understand that we're in God's kingdom. Like, you have purpose. Everything is meant to happen.
That's why we
There
always
are
say
no
this could be heaven.
mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
like-
always say this could be heaven, because it really is
It
heaven.
is
because
heaven. It's in the Bible. He made this kingdom for us to experience this life in, and then he called this place heaven.
Heaven is a
This
state
is
of
what-
mind.
Heaven is just a state of mind, people. Okay,
That's what
this
he's
is
trying
what
to tell
justice.
us.
This is
Yeah.
what I remember. Justice brought this up to me. This is the first time it ever brought up like the firmament. This is the first time we ever talked about heaven on earth. This is the first time he kind of dropped the ball on me. He said, "Tell me what you think of when you go to heaven. What happens?" I said, "I'll be with all my friends and all my family. I'll be with my dogs. I'll be connected. I'll just be with everyone again. It'll be good." Then he said, "Don't you have that right now?" He said, "What are you doing waiting for heaven?
Mhm.
When you have it right fucking now."
And I kind of started to put the pieces together when I kind of started to see things in more of like energy and like a more of like a balance, yin yang. So if I was waiting for heaven, because I always thought like heaven was an afterlife thing. I always thought heaven was something to experience when you die. But heaven is really a state of mind. Heaven, it's in your head, really. And I was able to understand that if I was in a state where I wasn't in heaven yet, that meant by the universal law of opposites that I was in hell. And so I was constantly waiting for this heaven that was right in front of my face the entire time, and I didn't realize it, even though God was trying to tell me the whole time that this is heaven. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to experience heaven. That's
Heaven
the
on
whole
earth.
point of what we are. And we're supposed to bring it down here, but it's not going to be easy because there's a whole other side, aka the devil, aka this other energy of
that you're always fighting
that's
off.
going to balance, and we're going to fight it off because that's just how it is. But you just got to know God's going to win in the end. So
He always wins.
that's how I was able to see it. And also, like, all the research I've done, all the reading I've done, it talks about energy. And, like, it's not just the Bible talking about this. Like, Buddhism talks about the energies of, like, hell is your heaven. Hell is down here. And it's just the energy system going up our points. And we have to ascend up to that Christ consciousness to where we can bring heaven down to earth and really live from that state and walk with God. So every day I wake up, I see the sun, and I'm thankful for God. And my whole goal as a man is to try to walk with God for every second, every constant second. I pray for every meal, I pray for everything, and I pray for my friends and family constantly, because you have to. Because once you do that, and once you're in a constant state of walking with God, it kind of just all happens automatically for you, and you kind of just get to sit back and enjoy what God is, the
Everything
path that
will
God
come to
is
you.
laying out for you, really.
Yeah.
And if you're living in that flow with God, then everything is just so much more flowing and euphoric and, like, alive, really. And you get to experience life for what it is, instead of living in a state of worried about the future, even dwelling on the past, which is even worse.
Yeah.
And you're just in a constant state in a loop of hell, because you haven't reached that heaven state of consciousness yet, because you're not walking with God, because you're still living in the past. But God is the beginning and the end. He's right now with you, and you have to understand that, because, like I said at the beginning with that painting, He's always reaching out. It's just a matter if we're gonna reach out back to Him and follow the path that He is leading us on.
You need to walk with God always.
Walk with Him always, because you are Him.
And it says in the Bible, there's a quote, it says, the righteous man will fall 7 times. And in Buddhism, it talks about 7 chakras and energy. We're all energy, and we have 7 chakra points. And I know it's like in Naruto and stuff, they talk about, like, chakra and all that stuff, but all that stuff is actually
Very real.
very real. And, like, a lot of ancient people know that stuff is very real. So it talks in the Bible that a righteous man falls 7 times, but he will get back up and rise again. And so basically what that means is we're falling from the God consciousness, the ultimate one collective consciousness, into separate consciousnesses of Riser and Justin. We're all really one big collective consciousness, and we're all right now vessels of God, and that's where we get all these ideas and brand new creativity ideas from God, really, because we're all vessels of Him, and we're all just kind of experiencing life through Him and for Him. And so when we fall down into consciousness, which is this physical world, we're more than that. We know we're more than that, because we can overcome this. We're not, like me and Riser did the 48-hour fast. We know that we are more than just this world, and we can overcome the body's temptations.
And that's why, like, the mind, body, and spirit's so important too, because, like, we are the spirit, we are that God consciousness, and we all have our own individual mind and our body.
And that's how God becomes all-knowing, because He's using all of us and the perspective of, that's why I have this tattoo, because it's like an eye, and I think God is all-knowing and all-watching. He's living through every single one of us right now, and they're getting all their information. And we're continuously passing this down. That's what life is. We're passing this down to our kids. All this is subconsciously implanted into our DNA, and we have an infinite storage of God consciousness within us all. And once we're able to reach that and unlock that, that's how we get geniuses. That's how we get all this beautiful, like, art and everything, like, made. And it's really because of God, and we're able to experience that and know that only through Him. And that's why Jesus is saying, like, I am the way, is because I am is the consciousness of you. You have to go within to find God. It has to come from yourself.
As within, so without.
But Justin, I don't know how to connect with Him. I don't know what to do. I haven't really been following
I have the
God.
perfect quote for you, because
I was just gonna read something too, motherfucker. But go for it, okay?
All right, bet. I mean,
You go first. No, you
literally
first.
asking, like, oh, I can't connect with God, and it was probably because there's a lot of chaos going around in your life and around you. But there's a quote that really stuck out to me, and it was, "Be still and know that I am God. And once you read that quote, like really read what it's saying, and if you really just be still and kind of meditate on what this all is and what is happening, you kind of slow it down and come to the present moment, you realize I am. The fact that I am is even that you're able to kind of think of a question or think of an idea, you're an awareness. So you are that I am. And then once you realize that, then there's nothing to fear because you put yourself here in this position for a reason. Like you've set it up in this game to play the Riser, Justin, and Justice for a reason. Like we're here for, this is not an accident. Like there's no way it's an accident. Yes, God gave us free will, but there's a greater plan, like 100%. And we just got to follow it and have full faith in it the entire way, and that's what we do.
What books you all been reading recently? Anything y'all been really sticking out with and really been fucking with, or any new books? Shit, are they all shit?
I'm almost done with Can't Hurt Me. It's honestly such a great book. It's like one of the, if you want to get mentally stronger, read this guy's story. He went through a crazy childhood, and it was very abusive father, and it was crazy to read that. And then him going through all these mental battles in the Navy and Hell Week and running on broken feet. It was 100 plus miles. Like this guy is a crazy motherfucker, and to read his book and get into his mentality has helped me a lot too. And yeah, it's a great book. Can't Hurt Me.
Yeah. I've only honestly just been reading the Bible more lately, and then just kind of skimming back through Infinite Potential and meditation.
You're on your hymn arc, huh, Joey?
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I'll figure out whatever book to read next, but I might read some maybe type of business book next.
Yeah,
I've read a lot of self-help ones. I think I'm kind of good on that right now, but you can always learn more about business, sales, things like that to help improve your life.
How's that book over there?
No Ordinary Moments. A Peaceful Warrior's Guide to Daily Life.
That book looks pretty legendary.
Looks like a peak.
It's a guy just chilling in a village, small town, peeking to the sunrise in the firmament. Listen to this. They have a lot of Bible quotes and a lot of little like quotes here and there I like it. But this whole book is basically telling you how to bring heaven down to earth. Pray not for a lighter load, but for stronger shoulders.
Wasn't that like John F. Kennedy who said that?
No,
Who said that?
St. Augustine.
Sheesh. So what's that quote mean to you?
Yeah.
I think when you're going through it, you know, you're not going to ask God, you know, to take it easy on you. Like, stop, give me, no, please. But instead you say, God, give me strength so I may continue forward and be there with me so I know that you're here. And I say it all the time where you put full faith over fear into anything. You can bring that mindset into the gym. You can bring that to any goal you want. You can do whatever you want, knowing that God is right there. So you should have nothing to fear. If anything, when you need it, you just ask for his strength. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you'll fucking get it.
It works, bro.
Yeah, it works in the gym. I've been using it. I know the boys have been using it. God's strength is night and day, dude. Like, start training with him every day in the gym and
gives you the strength.
And honestly, bro, before PRs on my bulk, I would always say like a little 10, 20-second prayer and literally just ask God to give me strength and then smash that PR. Works pretty much every time. It's a cheat code. You really feel that energy, man. Lift you up.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a nice book, though.
There is no need to search. Achievement leads nowhere. Makes no difference at all. Just be happy now.
Because all we have is now.
Release your struggle. Let go of your mind. Throw away your concerns and relax into the world. No need to resist life. Open your eyes and see that you are more than you think. You are already free.
That seems like a really good book.
That's good.
It's pretty gas.
It's just a
Beautiful
very
quote.
peaceful way of just how to live life, people, and I think everyone should get this book. It just talks about everything you need to. It's just like I'm talking about the death of loved ones, saying goodbye. Like it's another quote. God gave us memories so that we may enjoy roses in December.
All right.
What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. That's for you to interpret, King. King. Speaking of kings, what is life? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's basically just one big fucking chess game. You're the king. You're him. Queens can come and they can go. You can always spawn back another queen if you want. The most important piece of the game is the fucking king. And the kings always see it through until the very end.
Or you're fucked.
Or you're fucked. So, boys, you are to understand that you are the king. You make every decision. You're him. Queens can come and they'll go. Okay?
Oh, yeah, but for real, like, I see a lot of guys, honestly, in society just getting controlled by their girl, and it's honestly sad because men got to realize that they are actually him, and it's not even like a power thing. It's just that's how the roles of the masculine and feminine energies are supposed to correspond with each other. They're supposed to have, the masculine is supposed to be the dominant one, and the feminine one is obviously supposed to be the opposite. So you gotta be in control of your relationship as a man, because you have to be leading, you have to be the leader, and the only way to do that is to take the responsibility and control. So if you're being controlled by a woman, bro, like, you gotta figure that shit out, because that's not good, bro. You're a man. What are you doing?
I've
Like,
been there.
remember the first man who followed the advice of a woman literally committed the sin, and you are him. So you gotta figure that out. Adam, yeah. We're made out of atoms. It's kind of Adam right there. It's right in front of your face. You got to figure it out because it's all a test. And if you're being controlled by a woman, that was the downfall of man, the first man. So, guys, figure it the fuck out. Take control. Be him.
You're a man for a reason, bro.
Fuck, what the fuck was I just going to say? It was so good.
Just let go.
Just let go, people.
Stay present and it'll come.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of shit that we can get into, honestly, concerning the Christ, like what we really think Jesus is, what we really even think
what was I just...
we are.
It was a good topic I was going to bring up.
It's all right. If it doesn't come...
Well, just be kind, okay? For everyone that you meet
Love.
fighting a hard battle.
Everyone's got their own battles. Everyone's going through their own shit. Everyone's got their own problems, so... just never know what they're going through. So just always, no matter what, just show kindness, because that's what the devil can't do. The devil cannot have humility, and he cannot show kindness because he's the devil. So you got to be the opposite. You got to be him. You got to show kindness, because all strong people are truly kind, and that's the true strength. Because it takes a man to be kind when a guy is being a dick to you and an asshole, or, you know, someone cuts you off, and, you know, you're still just a better man. Because you walk with God, and what would he do? You just got to ask yourself that every single moment. What would God do?
Walk with God and stay present. That's one of the biggest things we preach. If you stay present for once, you'll lose all anxiety, all fear, all depression, really anything. That's why we say it so much, that all we have is now.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing to worry about in the now, because you're breathing, you're okay, and if you can even experience the now, it's a blessing in itself. So the fact that you're complaining in the now, you've already lost. And
Gratitude, people. Gratitude that you're even getting to able to breathe and experience what this even is.
Mm-hmm. That's more than enough.
Once you actually comprehend that you matter, this experience that you're having is truly the biggest blessing you could even think of. That is when you will live every day happy, not stressed out, not anxiety, not all this bullshit, with purpose, and just bringing heaven down to earth, loving every single one, because all we have is now, people.
This could be heaven.
My whole life growing up, I was not a present man at all. I was just becoming present this whole fucking year. Reading books has helped me so much. Connecting with God has helped me so much. Reading that book, The Power of the Now, has helped me so much. Truly taking the time to understand that all we have is the present moment. The past does not exist, people. You cannot let it hold you down for even a second. If you're thinking about it for more than a millisecond, you're losing. It's pulling you away from the present moment, people.
Can't be controlled by your own thoughts.
Even the future, all of that stuff, tension, fear, anxiety, all of those words are just literally terms of the future.
Yeah, or the past. Don't drift.
Past.
Stay in the now.
Exactly.
You stay in the now. That's where the battle is fought. You can't win the battle if you're not in the fucking now. So you get in the now and you win that battle like a man. is how it's supposed to be. So, again, I know we are very repetitive with this, but if there's anything that you can take away from this video, is to stay present and know that God is by your side.
And know that this is God's kingdom.
Firmament.
7.
This is the firmament, and we're in it.
This is the
It's been a great podcast so far. I love this kind of stuff, and I cannot wait to get deeper into the Bible and deeper into all these other things with you guys. Honestly, drop a comment down below if you're watching right now, because
I'm down to talk about
great.
I want to talk about conspiracies with you guys.
yeah, we can get into that. I'm ready for that. Like, we can talk about how
fuck, bro.
We can do anything.
We can
really.
talk about anything.
I mean, we could say, like, we could go about maybe the pride flag.
Yeah, all right, guys. I got to tell you a little thing about the pride flag. So, I don't know if you've seen this shirt. I mean, I have a picture of it. It's just basically the chakra energies. If you look up the chakra energies, it shows the rainbow, right? And it's starting from the purple all the way down. So, like, the purple is at the top of our head, going all the way down to the bottom of our heel, which is red. And the pride flag, if you look up the pride flag, is literally that flipped upside down. So they're like tricking you into kind of waving this flag around that literally represents the opposite of ascending to that God consciousness. It's kind of reading between the lines, like I've been saying. So if you don't even have that down, you're probably not even gonna understand this. But it's flipped. The devil's here on earth trying to trick us every single second. So even if you're a nice person, let's just say you're a nice person and you're trying to support the LGBT whatever community, and you just kind of want to support them because you know, like, oh, they're their own person, let me be happy for them, and so you buy a flag, right? Because you think you're doing a good thing. In reality, you're putting basically a satanic thing on your wall. It's just like
Straight up.
it's straight up. It's flipped upside down
complete
for a
opposite.
reason. Like, it's not
It's not a
an
coincidence.
accident that they take. God made the rainbow so that wouldn't be happening, so that all these bad things wouldn't be happening, and then society, the devil, and all these people took the rainbow and flipped it upside down and put it on a flag to represent their twisted sin group, basically.
Pretty much.
Like, at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck, dude.
And, yeah, I don't really care
It's
either.
my
You
belief.
can do whatever you want, but
I'm
like
not- I'm
when
not
it's
talking- I'm talking
deeper
about-
into that, like,
Listen to what I'm going to say, Justice.
my bad.
I'm going to let you guys know that my beliefs, the way I live my life, obviously we all can agree here that we don't think, I think that's all very satanic. I don't support any of that stuff.
They're literally mocking
It's
God.
just
Yeah.
the mockage of God, and personally, I'm going to live my life, the rest of my life until I die, knowing that I will never support that. It's just not the way I view life. I don't think people should be doing that at all. I think
Yeah.
it's literally the biggest sin known to mankind. So I'm a warrior of Christ. I'll say it here. I'll say it now.
Loud and
I
proud.
I don't support LGBT. I just the way I'm going to live my life. I think that truly the devil walks this earth, and it's all around us. It's even in a lot of people's heads. So just the way I view my life, and to the grave, I'm going to be rocking with the big man upstairs because that's all I give a fuck
Oh yeah,
about.
guys.
100%.
We don't give a fuck if it's Pride Month or whatever.
No,
We're
yeah.
not coming out
Let
with
them-
any pride shit. Like, honestly, we're
Never.
staying true to our values. We're gonna stay true to God and what He would want us to do with our companies, VZN Stheticboys, and you'll never see us fall into that shit. Like, honestly, I'm
That's
sure
just the
you guys
devil.
were able
That's
to
literally the
see
devil.
through the companies and what their true morals stand when you saw them fold in that month and all the pressure, and you just kind of you can see
Bro, like-
right through it. God shows you.
Look at the word Pride Month. The 5 letters
Pride
in the
is-
middle is demon spelled out with Pride Month.
Pride is one of the lowest frequencies that you can operate from. Is just being that low frequency. When it's all about energy, you gotta have reach that top.
And the Bible literally says to not have pride, and pride is a sin. So
Exactly.
it's like, why are we celebrating the month for it?
putting it on the flag and
Percent.
putting it on the freaking capital
Just figure it
building
out.
It's like
of
the
our
biggest,
country. Like,
it's just like the devil.
It's just all the little things. They just add up. and it's
The
just
devil's
like-
right in front of your face, people. He runs this world. He's in this world. He's running everything. You could say he runs the government because he does.
government, honestly, in
Because he
Latin
does.
means govern. Well, obviously means control. Ment is in Latin is mind. So government is mind control. Like, they've been controlling us. They've made the system. Like, it's all been planned out. They make money that we have to work for to live on Earth that we came from. We came from Earth. Why am I having to pay to live here?
Why do I have to pay for anything?
That money with money that
sense.
they
Why the
made
fuck
up.
Do I need to pay
that
for
they get to
any?
print.
Why do I have to pay for anything? Actually, think about that for a second. If I'm experiencing this life in God's kingdom, Why am I paying for shit?
They
Why
put their
am I
face
paying
on
to
money.
travel somewhere and go and end his kingdom?
Everything should just work together perfectly,
Yep.
and
But it's
everyone
all a system.
complements each
It's
other.
all a group of guys figured it the fuck out a couple hundreds of years ago, got together and said, all right, let's just do it. And they did it.
And it's nice though. A lot of you guys are waking up with the school system, the 9 to 5, because we get a lot of DMs
All
asking
that
like,
shit,
"Yo,
people.
I got to leave college, or I can't do a 9 to 5. Like, I got to figure something out." So you guys are starting to wake up that we are in a system, which is good. Proud of you boys.
It's
We
the
could
Matrix,
honestly be
people.
living like Avatar. We could be living as one big family, peaceful, in God's kingdom. Everyone just peaking. But
If you haven't seen that movie yet, definitely watch
I
it.
like fantasize, bro, of a life like that, bro. Like, not, but fantasize like that.
Whoa.
Whoa. Avatar blue people. Whoa. Clip it.
Didn't know you're
Clip
into
it.
that.
Didn't know I was into that weird shit.
Yikes.
No, listen, but the way that they live their lives is so spiritually connected with like the earth and like all the energy.
They show you, bro. They literally-
I think we can do that as a society and as a human race, that we'll be able to live like that one day and truly prosper in the kingdom of God. But the way that the society is running right now, the way technology is running, the way that the obesity rate is alarmingly getting increased as the years go on, like everyone is just getting so overweight and straying away from God and just becoming lazy, eating shit, dog shit, all these giving into temptations, technology, the 24/7 instant gratification from porn. It's all the devil right in front of your face. And literally the decline of men's testosterone has just been decreasing over the years. Like, we're losing our grip on mankind itself. It's just because of all of this shit that we're living in, all the shit that we're doing. It's society. It's all a system,
Them
people.
fucking up our food, our
Live
water, our
upside
air,
down.
Food,
everything.
it's the pollution. It's all this. It's the fucking devil, people.
Guys, we're going to throw out some quick tips for you guys. Drink natural spring water.
Yep.
Wake up, see the sun, look at it while it's rising.
Ground while you watch the sunrise.
Get your feet on the ground, on the grass connected, and look at the sun. It'll really open up your pineal gland, really activate it, so you can have a great day with good energy, grounded, humbled by God, and really appreciate those moments that you're there, even getting to see the sunrise, because what that sun shows is hope for more opportunities
It's a
to
new
walk
day.
closer to
Every day,
God
baby.
You made
and
it a new
experience
day.
the kingdom.
You
And-
made it anew.
and it's free art. It's free fucking art that you get to see every morning. I
Shout
don't know
out.
why you're not excited to wake up and see that.
Shout out to G for making it another day in the firm. Shout out to these boys for making it another day
Love
in the
everyone
firm.
here.
Shout out to anyone listening to this podcast that's in the firmament, chilling, having hopefully a good
Staying
day.
present.
Staying present.
Peeking.
Hopefully you're doing this. Well, you could be in your room doing cardio. You could be in the car. You could be reading the Bible.
Yeah.
If you're him.
And I want you boys to know that if you actually do wake up and see that sunrise, that you and I are going to be connected, because we are seeing that same sun rise. Like both of us, that's what connects us, is when we look up into the sky. We all may be going through different shit in our life, but when we look up at that sky, it's the same sun, it's the same stars, it's the same clouds. I'm going to be seeing them too, and it connects us really, because
We're all connected.
We're all connected in the present moment. There is no difference.
Watch the sunrise. Drink natural spring water.
And read the Bible
Hey.
maybe in the morning. If
Hey,
you're into that.
or not.
Man, like you can really gain a
or
lot
not.
just from a couple sentences. Wake up, read a couple sentences.
I read you guys
One verse.
I read you guys 3 days. There's 7 of them, by the way. I read 3 days. We'll talk about the other days later, or we can talk about them right now. Talks about on day 4 too how he put lights in the firmament. He called these lights stars. So, people, if you just read the book called the Holy Bible, you will get so many life realizations, and it will help you unlock a new hidden dimension in your life that is so much more deeper spiritually, mentally, physically, astronomically.
All right, I gotta read that line real quick. That's a very important line that you just kind of said right there. Is he did make lights in the firmament, and this I'm reading it off of this. He made lights in the firmament of the sky to give the light onto the earth. He made 2 great lights:
What are they called?
the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. So we can all guess which one is which, the moon and the sun. But he's literally telling us here they're 2 separate lights. There's no reflection. There's no, accidental coincidence that they're the same size and get an eclipse. No, That's not a coincidence. That's God made it a perfect way, and he made 2 lights in this firmament the way he described it. It's so right in front of your face. I mean, I don't
He's
get
made it so perfect.
It's clear as day, no pun intended, but
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Like, you can't read that and then just...
You can't just
try
pass over that and
yeah.
just try to like, oh, Big Bang. No.
Yeah, what?
No. This is right, clear as day. You go outside, you look. The sun and the moon are the same size. They eclipse each other perfect, and they're literally lights. You can go look at the night sky, and it's a light. And there's tests being done, or that have been done, that when the moon light is different from the sunlight. So if it's a reflection, it shouldn't be like the temperature of the moonlight is actually cooler than the shade, which is actually weird because the moon is its own energy. It's its own light. It's actually crazy that God made these 2 lights for the day and the night. Like, it's perfect because the moon is like just dim enough to where it's like nighttime still, but we can still go outside and see good if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Especially without any light pollution. Like, you could see clear as day at nighttime if there's no light pollution and the stars and the moon is full. You can see clear as day.
Crazy, right?
It's crazy. But God made it perfectly, and I just wanted to read that word for word because that was very
Got to.
important.
Hope you guys truly read the Bible after this.
Yeah.
Really soak it in.
That doesn't open up your eyes. And
Then you're fucked.
I don't know what to tell you. Truly hope you guys had some realizations here.
Yeah.
Starting to put the puzzle pieces together. All we have is now, and this could be heaven.
So basically, our message behind our whole branding of Stheticboys vision is we got together as a group of men. We sat down. We kind of talked with Gabe. Shout out Gabe. Shout out Mr. Outdoor. Shout out Ben. Shout out
Ben.
all these boys, and shout out all these real gentlemen, real men that see the vision. They want to stick to the vision. They have full faith into anything that they do. We wouldn't surround ourselves with fucking NPC, all these bots, all these people you usually see, typical influencers.
it's tough, bro. It's honestly tough to
Our
make
friends-
friends. They're all older than us. They're all like 5, 10 plus years older than us because that's just the mindsets that we apply to ourselves. So it's really impossible to hang out with anyone who's not on the same mission, driven on the same task every day. It's just kind of like we have to surround ourselves because whether I like it or not, I'm going to be doing the same shit these guys are doing because I live with them. I freaking do. They're my best friends. So if I have them on the same mission as me, then we're only going to get there that much faster to keep each other accountable and to enter flow state when we're together. Literally, 3 is greater than 1. You got to think about it.
100%. Got to choose your friends wisely.
Truly not because it's equal. Well,
Keep your circle small.
So we sat down with all these boys, all these fucking real men. They're all warriors of Christ too, which is actually insane. So we all sat down with them. We were like, this is the vision, boys, okay? We have purpose. We have a message. We need to fucking get it out there. And we got to get it out there soon. We got to get it out there now. Because all we have is now. And we know this message is going to help so many people that need it. And the whole message behind what we've been doing is to help you guys truly bring heaven down to earth and just living a very more present life, connecting with your loved ones, connecting with your friends, becoming a better human. That's exactly what we're doing this for, is just helping others and to spread his word. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to God. God's even in this room right now. God's right here. The guest. Ladies and gentlemen, God. It's true, people. It's true. Wherever you are, he's there with you.
Yeah, at all times.
He's in this podcast room.
He's everything and everything. Nothing and everything.
He's everything and nothing at all and everything. What
He is the
fuck
void.
does that mean? That's for you to figure out.
We could get into the deeper details, but I honestly think we should run this back again.
Yeah.
Talk
I think we
about-
should
we
get
can do
deeper.
it.
We can do
Really
another.
get
We can do
deeper
another
into
podcast
the
where we can talk
details.
about the firm.
To talk about what we are, how we can use our temple to upgrade our spirit, and honestly get down to the
I think
details
this was like a
of
good
what.
little.
Yeah, this
a
is
good
a good
intro
little
for us
peek,
to it.
God intro of what we kind of think, and honestly, there's just so much more infinite things that we can go into, and which we are going to go into in the future. So, if you like this podcast, honestly, subscribe, drop a comment, show some love. If you're here early on, we're honestly going to remember you. We're going to see your comments
Yeah,
from
100%.
when we were freaking having a podcast. Joe Rogan's here, and Mike Tyson's to my right, so be ready for that.
Mike Tyson's going to be eating shrooms on our podcast, and I'm going to be eating shrooms with him.
Joe's going to be taking
Look
DMT.
what's above my head, motherfucker.
Figure
Literally,
it
bro.
out.
We're going to talk about the benefits of microdosing. We're going to talk about the benefits of everything and anything, because this is what God would want us to do. And with God we fear no evil. And with God, we can accomplish anything. And with God,
That's it. With God, that's all you need, boys. Have you not been reading in between the lines of what we've been saying?
Have you not been listening to what the fuck we've been talking about for the past hour and 30 fucking... Let me read you guys something. I think you guys would really love this.
All right, guys, I want you to wake up every single day. I don't care what you're doing. Wake up, G. Wake up. Put the camera on me. I'm going to need you guys to wake up. First thing you do when you wake up, grab your Bible. Go like this. And really soak in all the pages. I know you consciously didn't, but your subconscious did. If you do that every day enough, people literally ask me, how do you know this stuff? I wake up every day and I do this. Because my subconscious is constantly taking that in. It's there. My mind saw it. Maybe I wasn't fast enough to comprehend it, but my mind, it's there. So guys, wake up every morning. Pro tip, pro hack. That's all you need to do.
Listen to what the fuck he just said, and also listen to this.
It's funny. All right, I quit.
Goodbye, Justice. I never liked you. To achieve a state of harmony and inspiration, we need to integrate our body, mind, and emotions, as well as our three selves.
Three selves. Think about that.
What is our three selves?
And it talks about that in the Bible.
Figure it out.
There's always three.
Listen,
Three.
Connecting heaven and earth with our head in the clouds
this book
and our
gets
feet on the ground.
I don't know what book that is, but that book gets it, bro. It's literally everything we've been talking about.
Heaven is under our feet and as well as over our heads.
That book's a peak, bro.
Peak. No, that's a great book. Yeah, there's a lot to be read from that book for sure. Because all that is true.
Yeah.
Heaven is below us and above us. It is everything if that's what we want to make it, because it's a state of mind.
It is what you make it.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're just here to help you bring heaven down to earth, because it's what we've been doing for the past couple of years, and
our life's been a peak.
It's been helping us night and day. It's been a peak. I live every day with so much gratitude that I'm living and getting to experience this life.
It's a beautiful life.
To connect with my friends that I haven't seen in a while, just because I know that this whole life experience is that much deeper to me now. I can't wait to go home and connect with my friends, my family.
Yep. If you could do this with your family, that's a big plus. Like, that's a huge W. If you're able to read the Bible, hang out, and just live and peak with your family and friends, that's what it's all about. Because that's where true happiness and joy and contentment comes from.
100%.
With living with God and your family.
Love each other. That's all we have is love, and all we have is fucking now. Understand that you're him. He made you in his image. I already said that. I read you the first fucking page of the Bible, people. God made us in his own image. God made man in his own image and made woman. From man, because he broke off man's rib and made woman.
And that's our other half, guys. Like, a woman is something, when you do have a good woman by your side and she is listening to you and you are leading the relationship and you have a good woman, you really need to treat her very good, because she's your other half. She's going to be the one that bears your child and the future of the generation of life to come. So women are very important, and you need to respect them, because they are literally going to be your other half, and they're going to be one of the most important people in your life. When you do find that good woman that is going to stick by your side and follow you on your journey and your purpose and just continue to motivate you and push you like exactly what a woman should do, and that's when you win.
The right one should elevate you in all aspects.
So don't ever
life.
take her for granted when you do.
Yeah.
Because you're him. You got to show respect. But
what do you want to do? You guys want to keep going, or do you want to? Is this a good start to place to end it?
I think
this is a great podcast. We're about an hour and 40 in, so
yeah, I think that could be.
This could be the first little tease, ladies and gentlemen, of what we want to talk to you guys more about is our faith. We want to talk to you more about really anything and everything. We love conspiracies. We love getting deep on a deeper spiritual being, because at the end of the day, I think it's what we should be doing as humans, is trying to figure out what the fuck this is. You should be intrigued to think about, what is the Bible? You should be intrigued to think about, what am I? Let me do some research. What is life? What are my friends? What are these guys that pick me up when I need them the most? Is that kind of like Iron sharpens iron.
What is what? Think about that for a second.
Let me teach you one more little passage of the Peaceful Warrior book, and we can end it. I think this was a great fucking podcast, boys. I
was money.
love all you like brothers, because that's what we are. G-Man, you're a real one. Appreciate you behind the camera. I think our message behind here is this is just a start, and it's going to do great things one day. I have full faith over fear that it will. As peaceful warriors, we strive to travel the paths of lives with courageous spirits. But we recognize the true healing ultimately comes from the heart. We realize that we help to shape our lives, and that by changing ourselves, we can change our world. The way begins where we are. It works at every level and every moment. The method is a simple action, because the time is now. Peaceful warriors have the patience to wait until the mud settles and the waters clear. They remain unmoving until the right time. So the right action arises by itself. They do not seek fulfillment, but wait with open arms to welcome all things. Ready to use all situations, wasting nothing. They embody the light. Peaceful warriors have 3 great treasures: simplicity, patience, and compassion. Simple in actions and in thoughts, they return to the source of being. Patient with both friends and enemies, they live in harmony with the way things are. Compassionate towards themselves, they make peace with the world.
Yep. One thing I kind of got from that was being the light, and we're all kind of surrounded in a way by our own darknesses and our own, basically, negative or whatever you want to call it. We're all surrounded by that darkness, and what do you do when you're in darkness? You look for the light, and when you don't see any light around you, that's when you need to decide to be the light.
You become the light.
And then it all comes to you, because people see your light, and then they gravitate towards you.
Yep.
And then they go to you and they see that light, and then they shine their own light because you've inspired them. And that's what God is doing through all of us. And that's why the Bible was written by men inspired by God. That's all it is. We're here to bring heaven down to earth. And I know a lot of people use that as an excuse. Oh, the Bible is written by man. But yeah, but if you read in between the lines, your spirit should be able to understand that these men were truly inspired by God. And you can kind of read in between the lines and understand this is the truth. And this is what will set me free, because this is the truth.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Say it one more time.
Remember that hoodie we made? Wake up.
Yep. Yeah, it's a firmament, by the way. If
the
you guys
back.
were able to see it, it's a firmament.
Yeah.
All the
So if you have the hoodie right now, if you bought it,
Yeah,
just
go
look at the back and you're going to have a big realization.
all the land is on the on there.
If anyone has a simulation hoodie, the wake up hoodie, you literally have the firmament on your back. We wanted to put that right in front of your face.
Big Easter egg.
It's a big Easter egg. If you guys had that hoodie, we don't even have ours, so we don't
Yeah,
fucking
ours
know where any of
despawned.
ours are went. So
I left out
if
the
you guys
firmament.
have any,
Please send them.
if you have any extras,
Please send it.
Please send them to us, please. Anyways, with that being said, this was just the first episode of our Faithful Talks.
Part 1, baby.
I'm Justin Martini, the other host to my right,
Rise or fit.
and the other host to my left.
Just fit justice. Much love.
Boys, I actually cannot wait until we are traveling the world doing podcasts remote. We're on a mountain, probably peaking somewhere in the Himalayas. We got goats next to us. We got some guys hiking, and we're just talking about God.
Yep.
We're spreading
Right.
God's
With you
word.
guys, of course, we'll probably be live on Twitch.
We'll be live on Twitch. We'll be doing YouTube. We'll be doing Bible studies. We want to just spread.
We
this
want to make this
word.
a true thing. I know you guys have been seeing me and Riser do it every morning and shit, but we want to make this a true thing where we come on the podcast and we are able to just sit down and talk to you guys about whatever it is, anything. Honestly, we're just here to figure it out together, baby. Let's do it.
Comment below, people. What do you want to see next? Because we're here to talk about anything and everything.
Yep. And expect podcasts more frequently, guys. The podcast now, we're back in it. It's been a while since we've done a podcast, but we are back in the flow. So expect
Going
them
full force.
maybe even more than just once a week because we're ready to go.
We're ready to lock in and rock these fucking podcasts out because I
This is it.
enjoy doing it. And like I said,
Missed it.
And I know you guys want more of it, so we're here to bring it.
ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I guess have a great rest of the day in the firmament and
Amen.
realize this could be heaven. Peace.